A game camera, also known as a trail cam, is a weatherproof camera designed for unsupervised use outdoors. The images they produce, taken automatically when motion is sensed, are used for game surveillance by hunters, farmers, and hobbyists. Pat Arnold, who we like to call Trail Cam Pat, is one such hobbyist. In addition to being an amateur radio enthusiast, he manages 5 trail cams in the undeveloped areas around the housing development where he lives.
I park down here. I know the neighbors down here. Everybody's friendly. They know my pickup. The one guy left a note on it because he had a book he wanted me to read. Right where this street ends, it's the Boston property. See that field right there, that bean field? Boston. All the way to Ridgecrest Court. Back of Ridgecrest Court.
Boston?
Lee Boston. He built all these houses up here, most of them. He was the developer for Galbraith Acres. So anyway, that's where all the storm sewers come out for the neighborhood.
Okay. I can see where we're at. I can see my car from here.
Yeah. We've just walked around the block is all we've done.
Yeah.
So all this was basically undevelopable. You'll see the creeks in here and stuff. And Boston wants to sell all this. And people have made offers on this part, the wooded part. But the problem is, if he sells it, he wants to sell all 3 fields. He doesn't want to parcel it. You'll see a lot of this stuff. That's my handy fold-out saw. So here's the 3 fields. That one comes out close to the back of that church by Whittier School. This one, you can see the water tower by Harding School over there. And then there's a tiny little field in here.
I was going to say, you mentioned over there by the school, coming out onto 2nd Avenue.
Yeah.
That's a big deer crossing.
But I do a lot of cleanup work out here. If something falls, I'll push it out of the way, cut it up. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just about to go back into the woods out of the hayfield here. But I heard you in there, and I wanted to come back to you. I'm on my crossband.
What is your trail cams for deer or what?
Well, whatever I can get. I post my videos on Facebook. They're open to the public. I get coyote, deer, raccoons.
A good time looking at your trail cams and 73.
Somebody lost their friendship beads.
Pretty recent, too.
There's a cardinal. I don't know if you can see him up there.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna go in here, Mike. Watch that thorn. Ooh. I gotta neaten some stuff up in here. And there's the first camera. Watch this here, Mike. This is a great part of the trail because it slows them down.
Oh, here we go. It just kind of snuck up on me. And I didn't know it was camouflage like that either. So you got a strap for
the camera.
To hold it practically, and then the cables there for security, but doesn't really.
Yep, and I've mounted them with just the security cable. They're not heavy. The cameras aren't. And what I'm doing now is I'm getting my viewer out.
These take the full-size SD cards.
Yeah, they do. All of mine take the full-size SD card.
What's the policy of the landowners on cameras like this?
I always ask, even like in my one of my riding areas, I'll tell the guy I got one out there. But it's nice that they know. This is all public out here, what we're on now. Yeah, I'll have to look through this, Mike. Looks like it took about 10 videos.
Once the thing activates, does it run on a time link thing, or does it run until the motion stops? Or can you configure it either way?
You can configure it. The video runs, for 1 minute. So I'm going to put this SD in here, and I'm going to take this one. Oh boy. And it's good to power these off, because if you pull them out with that on, that's disastrous. Now, when I turn this on, you can see it shows a picture and it's counting down. Uh-huh. So I'm going to hit mode, and there's the date and all right, here's something that's messed up. My video length is only 30 seconds. I want to change that to 1 minute. Okay, I'm good now. All right, I'm gonna hit this. We're gonna count down, and we're done here. It's got a card in it. If it doesn't have an SD card in it, it will tell you, and it tells me I got 96% on the batteries.
So did you swap the card with another one?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did. All right, we're gonna go down trail. You saw this nice piece of farm equipment here that's probably been out here, what do you figure, about 60, 70 years?
Oh, at least.
Yeah. It used to be intact at one time till a tree fell on it. But it was intact. You can see where people shot at it, stuff like that. Popular deer crossing. Right through here, you can see the track going down to it and going up it too.
Yeah, they probably come down here and drink.
Yeah, they do. I've actually got video. I've had trail cams on a lot of these trees over there, pointed down at the creek. One time I had a video of Mom bringing her two fawn down here to get a drink. That's my salt block area.
Oh.
They loved, those were 2 complete 2-pound salt blocks at one time.
And then you put a camera on that side?
Yep, right over there, right on that tree, or sometimes on that tree, and just to get them coming through. See, here's another one of those crossings I was talking about. You can see something pretty good size went down there. He was probably drinking, I would imagine. And this, I did a little work out here yesterday. You can see the cuts in some of this stuff. This whole tree fell. And so you got to remember, if it's difficult, deer won't take it. They'll turn around, they'll jump across the creek. But this is my favorite video area, all through this tree line. You can see some of my cuts to make this trail passable. Here's what I want to do. I want to put a camera on that tree. You can see, they have been crossing here. There's a lot of good track over there. You can't see it because they're jumping across. But we're going to take a different way over. Something a little easier. And right here is where I want to be. Now, where I really want to be is there. But if you look at that old tree, you could probably push that over.
Saw that happen once. I mentioned being on a trail, a scouting trail thing. A Hoover Trail runs along the Cedar River over by where the Hoover Library is in, I can't remember the name of the town. But we were like near the end of the trail. We were all getting tired, and we come across this little creek. And there was no bridge or anything there, and it's like the trail, like, you know, we had to get across this creek. It's like, well, how are we gonna get across? And one of the boys who was tired, he leans up against this tree, and it goes, falls right over the creek. Oh wow! Now we got something to walk across, and we walked across the thing. He wasn't planning that; it just happened, but it worked out great.
This is pretty high for one of my trail cams. I'm just guessing. So what we're going to have to do, now I can do this with a detector on the camera. I've been doing this a different way because I get better results from it. I actually see what I'm getting. Here we go. So you were right about here. There's that clump of trees. I want to turn this south. I want to get more of that. You know what? I think I'm going to leave it there, Mike. I think I'm going to leave it there and experiment with it. This is the important part. You can see it goes right through both the holes. They can hit heavy rain. I like that, Mike. I'm really interested to see what I'm going to get out here. Do you remember my bobcat video that I posted last week?
Yeah.
This is where he was. And the camera was on that tree.
Wow.
I wanted to get video of the deer jumping over the log. Instead, I got a bobcat.
You didn't expect that.
Through days and nights in silence they wait. Our cameras that by motion activate. Affixed to trees with a nylon strap. This must be the work of trail cam Pat. Somewhere on the edge of woods and field, the footsteps of white-tailed deer revealed. Videos the gain of his harmless trap, collected each week by trail cam Pat. even a bobcat was found. Glimpse with your phone local habitat. Posted on Facebook by Trail Cam Pat. Somewhere on the edge of woods and field, the footsteps of white-tailed deer revealed. Videos the gain of his harmless trap, collected each week by Trail Cam Pat. Somewhere on the edge of woods and field, the footsteps of white-tailed deer